What's going on, everyone? I hope everyone's doing super well. This is exciting, man. I'm back live. I'm dealing with a little bit of lag, so hopefully that's coming through okay on the video. I did a trial. Let me know. How's it all sounding? How's it all looking to you guys? Is it all hunky dory on your end? Let me know. Yeah, it's cool to be back. Honestly, I'm excited to start doing some live streams. And what a day to start. What a day. New Mandalorian trailer, new figure reveals just over the weekend. Really exciting stuff. So much to talk about. Yeah, this is something I've been wanting to get back into doing for a little while now. I just haven't really had that sort of, what is it? I feel like I've got a newfound sort of edge. And you know, with Star Wars coming to the cinemas in literally like 3 months, you know, it's perfect time to get back into doing something that I did years ago. You know, I've done a couple on and off here and there over the last few years, but yeah, it's been a little while. So I'm actually realized that I think it was July last year was the last time I actually did a live stream, and I think I only did the one for the year. But yeah, in the meantime, it's been great, you know, going on the occasional live stream with Sith Lord 229 and the boys. That's been a lot of fun, and you know, it's sparked me to do a little bit of a revival for myself and having some fun again. So I'm going to kick off with a weekly show, Wednesday night weekly. I know the time's not totally benefiting of everyone around the world, but I'm doing it because I want to do it, and you can always watch back later, hopefully, assuming it all goes well. So yeah, I'm still trying to work out my software and all that, so I'm literally going to be looking at pictures that I've got up on my screen. I'm not going to be able to put them up on the screen yet. Hopefully that will come soon. As I learn how to use them. Am I still on? I think I just clicked the wrong button there. But yeah, still here. In the comments there. I've got the chat open right in front of me, so yeah, if I'm still around, all good. Again, this is my real first sort of test drive in this bucket of bolts. But yeah, new webcam. I've got a nice microphone here, which I've had for a number of years. It has served me well. But yeah, like I was saying, you know, big year for Star Wars. We've got a movie coming out. We've got Darth Maul series Shadow Lord coming out. Literally, what's that? Like a month and a bit away. Nearly 2/3 of the way through February already, which is just freaking ridiculous. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Star Wars just being back in the public zeitgeist again. Like, I think that's the most exciting thing. It's been a goddamn long 6 years. 2019 was the last time we went to cinemas, and then, you know, for as much as I love the sequel trilogy, and if you want to have a good in-depth watch of a good in-depth discussion I had with the guys on Sith Lord 229's live stream last, was that a week ago? Nearly 2 weeks ago. Yeah, we had a really good discussion about the sequel trilogy, and you know, the rollout and everything. And yeah, I was just gonna say, like, as soon as, you know, the Rise of Skywalker sort of theatrical run was done, and you know, they got all the merchandise out, the Blu-ray release, the home media, all that, it kind of just stopped dead in its tracks. Like, it was just like, okay, we're done. I guess at the same time, we had a global pandemic, which sort of fucked things up for a lot of people, and no doubt had to cause, you know, Disney, Lucasfilm, etc., to pivot a little bit and try and manage what the plan was going forward from there. So I think we're getting to that point now, 2026, where we've sort of found the ground. You know, we've gone through the streaming years. Not to say that's, you know, at the end, you know, we're going to be watching TV shows on Disney Plus for a long time. But to the extent of what we were getting, because people were, you know, at home for a long time. So, it's my phone trying to distract me. Yeah, so I think we're, you know, 2026, first movie in 5.5 years, I guess, if you want to play, what is it, 6.5 years? 2019. Brain not counting. But yeah, anyway, 5-6 years. It's been a while, which, you know, it's, in the big scheme of things, it's really nothing. But when you get used to having a movie a year, you know, for 4 or 5 years running, you kind of keep that hunger up, don't you? You, like, you know, you don't get that when you haven't got it. I know, like I said, the Disney Plus stuff sort of held us off for a long time. You know, there was some great stuff. I've enjoyed 99% of it, I reckon. But yeah, ready for Darth Maul. I've been saying for a long time that animated series should be something that is always on the go with Lucasfilm. And I've always thought, you know, they need, almost like what DC has with their animation studios. I've been saying this for years. They need to do what DC have with their animation studios and do animated films that you can put straight onto Disney Plus, etc. But they're adaptations. Like, I think that's something I'd like to see. And then you have your sort of flagship series like Darth Maul Shadow Lord. It's going to be in April, in the lead up to May, and then of course the rollout of the Mandalorian and Grogu, which, you know, with the new trailer today, I think we're going to start getting heavy advertising for that now. We're going to see merch rollouts. We're going to see more and more commercials, TV spots, all that kind of thing. And I guess, you know, this is the point where you kind of decide: am I all in on the hype train, or am I going to reserve everything and hold back until I can sit my bum in the cinema chair? And I don't know. I'm all aboard. We've got some folks in the chat. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I don't know if I can. I'm not sure if I can highlight it through the program I've got here, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to pop it up on the screen. It doesn't look like it, but I'll keep my eye on it. I know you're there. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Some awesome folks here on in the live chat, which is fantastic. always get a little bit, you have those. I've done those streams in the past where there's one or two people, and I get a little bit down and out about it. But at the end of the day, I want to come in here and talk about Star Wars. So, but yeah, I wanted to talk about Black Series. As you can see, that's my ball and cup and bowl. That's my butter on toast. Whatever you want to say. I don't know what the terms are. Again, it's Wednesday night brain. I'm past. So there's the week. There's Wednesday. I'm about there. Thursday, Friday. We're going. Weekend time. Bring it on. I'm ready for some. I don't know. I've all of a sudden got this reinvigorated desire to rewatch some Star Wars, and I've been skimming through some Clone Wars episodes. A new Quinlan Voss figure is just he makes me so happy. So I've gone and watched Hunt for Zero, and me and Brian, Metal Jedi. I know he's here in the chat. How you going, Brian? We're reading through Dark Disciple. A little book club going on. A little 2-man book club. Maybe next book we might organise to do a bit of a documentation of as we read. And we sort of thought about it with this one, but it's like, no, let's just catch up and we'll have a chat and have a yarn about our reading adventures. I think I'm 8 chapters in now, or I'm on the 8th chapter. So I'm trying to get a couple in each night before I go to sleep. That's good. Sci-Fi, seeing my new custom FX7. I saw the thumbnail. I haven't watched it yet. That's a weekend job. Catch up on the YouTube videos. So I'm definitely interested to see what's going on there. The look from the thumbnail looks sick. Can't wait for more Shadow Lord, Spicy Hunter like Bad Batch. Yeah, Bad Batch. Oh man, Shadow Hunter is Shadow Lord. Shadow Lord. I don't know why I said Shadow Hunter. Don't know why. Maybe I've got bounty hunters on my... no idea. It's looking like just the perfect next stage in terms of the animation style after Bad Batch. There's some... Go back and watch some random episodes of season 3 of Bad Batch. Not the season 1s or 2s any worse, but some of the shots in season 3 just spectacular. And knowing that, Joel Aaron, the main head honcho of animation and lighting, and he does all that cool stuff. He's just a remarkable genius. Very excited that he's on to do more Shadow Lord, and of course more Sam Witwer. That dude was my man crush for a lot of years. A lot of years. Not to say he's still not. He's a handsome fella. Smart guy. He's a Star Wars nerd like the rest of us. It's awesome. Love the guy. Mudhorn Station, currently about halfway through watching Clone Wars Season 2. There's some good stuff in there. Spicy Hummer says, really wish Book of Boba Fett got a Season 2, but a lot of people didn't like it. And Tennis Chatter says, Wars is fantastic. 100%. Clone Wars is fantastic. It is the piece de resistance. I would like a Book of Boba Fett Season 2 as well, I think he deserves... I don't know. You know what? I rewatched it probably 2-3 months ago. It was sort of around Christmas time. I can't remember exactly when I rewatched Book of Boba Fett. But I really, really enjoyed it. There's a few little bits where I was just like, oh, I don't know. And then it's like, you know what? This is a TV series. This isn't a cinematic film. And I think even, I'm not using COVID as an excuse, but that one seems to be the one that affected it the most. Just in terms of how many people you can have on set, how many extras you can have, XYZ. There's obviously a lot of reasons there why it was, maybe limited. But I really enjoyed it. There's a few parts that it was just like, oh yeah, okay, like maybe the ending. But I would be all for seeing a bit more of old man Boba reclaiming his badassery, as it were. But yeah, before I go on, I did want to talk about the Black Series figures that were announced at New York Toy Fair just over the weekend. And like I said, I'm not going to be able to bring an image up on the screen. I will endeavour to teach myself how to do that. So I'm just going to have to look at them like a noob, and you're going to have to pretend that you can see them too. Hopefully by now you've got a good idea of what I'm talking about. So yeah, I'll talk about Black's vintage collection. I think I announced sort of November-ish that I have stopped collecting TVC 3 3/4 inch. I've moved on my collection. Still got some bits and pieces. Like I've got my got my Ghost and Rebels and Power of the Force and Phantom Menace. So I'm not completely devoid, and I've got a space like right next to my shelf here. I'm building a shelving unit there, so I'm going to get all my Clone Wars back out, my Rebels, animated Rebels, and then, I've kept a bunch of 3 3/4 inch figures that I couldn't say no to. I couldn't say goodbye. And a lot of them are just like random aliens, like Hermiodal, a Raftar, Sidon just to name a couple. But yeah, there's some I just couldn't. They're just funky enough that I'm just like, no, that would make a really cool display. Just to have a good mishmash of Star Wars aliens and characters, and just some 3 3/4 inch highlights. But yeah, in the vintage collection, we're obviously getting a Mandalorian and Grogu to go with the movie. That's obviously a no-brainer. That's going to be a staple of the vintage collection going forward, and the Black Series. Interestingly, they're calling it a deluxe, but it's back on a standard 6x9 card. I'm just moving some windows out of the way so I can see the chat. So yeah, I'm not sure. It's deluxe because the sticker says it is, but I reckon we've had some pretty good 3 3/4 inch figures that have had equal amount of accessories as that, but. Maybe the Boba Fett tax of old has now shifted to the Mando tax. I don't know. A couple of reveals. I think they might have been a few days before New York Comic Con for Maul's Shadow Lord. Is it the 11th brother, which is nicknamed the Crow? That's one that I've been looking forward to for a long time. And I know he's going to come in Black Series too, so I'm excited. My favourite animals are crows and ravens, so it goes sort of hand in hand. That guy, just one of the sickest looking Inquisitor designs. And TVC's getting Marek as well, which is great because TVC didn't get the one from Ahsoka that the Black Series got, so now they're getting this more, I assume, alive version of Marek. And I wonder if he does have a inquisitorial designation as a brother or sister. We can't assume genders. I mean, he sounds like a male in Ahsoka, so we can assume that he's male. But yeah, that stands to believe that maybe he'll get a re-release. For whatever reason, the Ahsoka version in the Black Series has become a tricky one to find. I know they were sort of hanging around, at least down here in Australia, they were hanging around JB Hi-Fi's for a little while. And it's a good figure, just the paint was a bit shit. But this one having Marek in his prime in 3 3/4 would be perfect. And if you want to do your Ahsoka version, you can dirty him up a little bit. Getting IG-11 in his sort of Magistrates sort of colour scheme from the end of Mandalorian Season 3. Very cool. Got the... what do we call it? The AT-RT driver and the AT-RT in a vintage collection box. So the driver's going to come on a card. He looks like a snowtrooper with a shore trooper helmet. Bit of a mix mash. I can see that happening. I can see that being part of the Empire. These are all part of the Imperial Remnant. And the AT-AT driver looks friggin' cool. I just love that look. I love the armour of the AT-AT drivers. It's like a white TIE pilot. And then, of course, the Snowtrooper, which is a nice... as soon as I saw this in the... there was a bit of a leaked trailer going around where Mando goes a bit John Wick on the inside of an AT-AT. And, or AT-AT. There's been a lot of contention about how that's pronounced again. Seems to come up every few years. how to say AT-AT. But the Ralph McQuarrie troopers, the masks, like the big white face snow breather thing, can actually be removed. So they're actually doing that with the snowtroopers. So we're assuming that in Empire Strikes Back, those snowtroopers, before entering the base, they had to go and re-equip, and they put their helmets on. Then they put the blast, the snow guard. I assume that's what it is. Like, it's a big snow guard. So if they get whipped up in the middle of a blizzard or something, it's not going to get in and under their helmet. It's just going to just brush it down. It gives it a little bit more purpose, from a tactical perspective. In universe, I think that's really cool. But yeah, Black Series got some cool reveals too. Got a few troopers. We got the AT-RT driver. Atert. You call it a Atert. Sci-Fi is saying Yakface reckons the AT-RT will be in the 6-inch line. Now, I'm just going to say, I reckon those Vales toys had to get those designs from somewhere. Vales toys, or the clones, they're sick, but they're getting those designs from somewhere. They're not coming up with this stuff on their own. They're just remolds. They just happened to get the AT-RT first, and I wouldn't be surprised if Black Series gets it as well. I think it'd be very cool. Considering we've seen in the teaser, I think it was the teaser, we saw Mando and Grogu riding on one, which is awesome. AT-AT driver in Black Series as well, and a Remnant Stormtrooper who comes with a couple of accessories. He comes with like a belt ammo pouch that straps across his chest, and a pauldron, so if you get a couple of them you can mix and match and play around. And yeah, I still haven't committed Sigourney Weaver's character's name to my brain yet. He will probably come to me at 3 o'clock tomorrow morning. So her in a pilot outfit, which looks really cool. I'd like to see her in the outfit she has in the trailer, where she's just sort of sitting in the bar. And of course, it wouldn't be a Mandalorian and Grogu release without a Mandalorian and Grogu. There's a fair bit of new stuff going on there, which is really, really cool. I've still hanging out with the this is the, what is it called? I'm in total brain fart mode tonight, guys. All my energy's gone towards having to go live, and now I've forgotten all the other crap that's should be at the forefront of my brain during the middle of a live stream. I'll have to get back into making some notes. But yeah, some cool reveals, and I think Brian Metal Jedi, who's just said absolutely loving revisiting Dark Disciple. It's so good. Yeah, don't forget the Force Unleashed 3.75. No, not at all. That's still there. He said, dude, can't wait for the 11th brother. Love that his name is the Crow. Tennis Chatter says, AT-RT is expensive. I reckon that's going to be like $120 here in Australia. I don't know yet. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen whether it's come up on any websites. He says, not announced yet, but we know the most badass bounty hunter ever is coming soon. Now, Brian sent me through an image before. I see if we can find it. I can't remember where he sent it. Must have been Instagram. While I bring this up. Interceptor transmissions. The Black Series rumors. Kanan Jarrus blind. This one has been talked about for a little while. It's been rumored for a little while. Get the TVC one, which is still one of my all-time favorite TVC figures. It's absolutely unreal. Get this in Black Series. Whew. That's going to be a good one. 11th Brother Inquisitor, which we just spoke about as well. TK Trooper, so from Bad Batch. That'll be freaking awesome. What does that say? There's little codes. Oh, okay. Shadow Lord. Mandalorian. No, I can't pick out the little codes. Grogu and the Anzellans. I can see that coming out on a big box. Rotter the Hutt Deluxe. Bring that on. Bring that on. I am all in on a Rotter. Rotter the Hutt. Little Stinky is making a comeback. That's so good. Mercenary Droid from The Mandalorian and Grogu. I'm not sure what that one is yet. We've seen a couple of other droids in the trailers. There's a couple of big sort of door gatekeeper droids. But yeah, we'll get a little bit more soon. Zeb Aurelius. Really, really excited for that one. In his blue pilot outfit. Fantastic. Love to see another version of Zeb. Remnant Snowtrooper. And last but not least, Embo. Fuck. I know Brian is I know his trousers shrunk a couple of sizes when Embo showed up on the screen in that trailer today. I just know it. Tennis Chatter, have you kept any 3.75? Yeah, I've still got a fair bit. Just the bulk is gone. Just the bulk of it. Like I said, I've got my Rebels, I've got Ahsoka and Sabine on their Howlers, because I love the Howlers. I couldn't say goodbye to the Howlers. What else? I've got Fat Bib, Chrysanthemum, Cobb Vanth, Cad Bane, Carson Tava. I've literally got a few. Yeah, all the Rebels, Power of the Force, and yeah, hopefully this weekend I'll be able to dig out the rest of it and have it on display in here too. So that's exciting. But yeah, it's I'm looking forward to digging into the rest of those tubs, trying to find which figures I want to put on display. Because yeah, as you saw in my room tour, I've moved house just before Christmas. So yeah, 2 months here now, and yeah, I've sort of gone into a much smaller room, which is good. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm very, very grateful that I'm a 38-year-old nerd that that's able to have a toy room. Honestly, it's very, very lucky. But yeah, the 2.5 years before in the old place, I had a really big space. So I was very, very lucky. And in the other spare room we've got in this house is I've got all my bookshelves, so all my Star Wars books are out, everything else. And, you know, I've been able to bring a little bit more of my collection into this room. So yeah. Oh, there's a porg. Yeah, bits and pieces over there. I just expanded on my Lord of the Rings collection over there too, and got that out. Take it easy, Sci-Fi. Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. We'll chat soon for sure. Yeah, that trailer, man. This morning, first thing in the morning, I woke up. When I got up, I went and made my coffee, as I do in the morning. I'll go and make my coffee, and I just go and I get up a little bit earlier than I need to. I'll get my coffee. I'll go back and sit in bed, or on the couch, or whatever I feel like in the morning, and just sort of do my morning scroll. You know, it was just like I knew the trailer was going to be there. It was the first thing that popped up on my phone. I was just, whew, yeah, and I'm going to I'm going to open up another window here. Yeah. I think, yeah, my computer is definitely on a little bit of a lag fest at the moment. So I'm going to have to work out what's going on there. But that's all good. It's all good. I don't need to watch myself talk in real time. What did everyone else think of the trailer? We know it was amazing. We know it was awesome. We know we're excited. There's no doubt about that. What are you most excited about? I think I like that we still don't have much idea on what the story is. There's been rumours, there's been whispers. It's been around. So the trailer on StarWars.com, on Star Wars official YouTube channel, has had 6.3 million views in 19 hours. That's pretty good. I'd be Very interested to sort of see how the streaming numbers. I know they're not publicly available for whatever reason. I think they should be, but I'll be interested to see how those numbers sort of go in the months leading up. People doing rewatches, people doing catch ups, and yeah, I've just got it. I literally got it on now, so I'm doing a little bit of a rewatch. Love the little Apocalypse Now intro with the X-wings. You know, we're obviously seeing the Razor Crest, a new Razor Crest. I reckon maybe Zeb's hooked him up, Carsativa's hooked him up. Someone on that base has hooked him up with a new crest, which, you know, I'm grateful I kept my my HasLab one. Yeah, he's up there. He's up there. I love the Ardinian. I love the Ardinian cook. We've only ever saw Rio. We're walking into the hut palace of the twins. And we're looking at an Imperial warlord going on here. So yeah, Mando's obviously, you know, he's gone back to his roots of being a bounty hunter, and I feel like Ripley's giving him tasks trying to take out Imperial holdouts in their sector, because the New Republic's not doing anything about it. That's kind of where I'm thinking. Trying to decide whether this planet, it's a little bit jungly. There's a lot of rumours about being now Hutta and seeing Nar Shaddaa. And there's the moment, Embo. We've got a HK droid taking off Din's helmet. So I love that we're actually going to get Pedro on screen as Din Djarin. It's not going to be fully helmeted. I'm glad. I hope there's a in-universe way we can sort of step past that, and he can get past that idea that he's got to keep his helmet on all the time. I think having the star power of Pedro Pascal as Din Djarin is a big selling point for the movie. And here he is, Rodder the Buff Hutlet. It's so good. And I don't know who this creepy lizard guy is, but I love we're getting the dragon snake. We saw one of them in Hunt for Zero. And there's Zeb. We're going to see some desert action. We're going to see some jungle action. We're going to see some snow action. All the biomes. All the Star Wars biomes. With baby Rodian. And I believe this creature that we're seeing running down the alleyway. I hope this is Nar Shaddaa. I really do. I'd love to see that come into canon. Like visual canon. I think the beast is a Kinton Strider, which we saw in the Dejaric Holochess game. And there was a little Easter egg there. If you didn't catch it, there was a nice little Easter egg. The bar, I don't know if it's a bar. The monster's is at the door, and there's a neon light across the top. In Aurebesh, it says Weathers Apollo. So a nice little nod to Carl Weathers there, which is just, oh. So once someone had, you know, the internet's on it, you know, I had to get up and go to work, I would have loved to have sat at home and freeze frame this thing and pick out all the nooks and crannies and everything on throughout the trailer and navigate it all myself. But someone did the dirty work for me, and yeah, I was just looking at it, I was like, oh man, that's such a beautiful little nod. I do wonder story wise how they're going to factor that in, whether Navarro is just not a place that happens. Although I think the scene in the rain with Embo approaching the household, that is on Navarro. I think that's Mando and Grogu's little hut that they got in the end of season 3. Check out the comments here. Tennis Chatter, did you order the HasLab gunship? No, I didn't. I did initially, and then I cancelled it. I just, again, moving on from 3 3/4 inch, I just like, no, I can't do it anymore. I'm going to pick and choose a little bit, like Poggle the Lesser. He's probably going to be a funky character to put on my show of miscreants and aliens. Right, saying I've watched it probably 20 times. Love seeing Grogu coming into his own. I love that Grogu's got a little Mandalorian gauntlet. Like, that's so good. I love that. I know we saw him wear one in season 3 when he was doing the training, but it was just like there was a little paintball shooter. Seeing that little glimpse of the Anuba had me freaking out on top of the Embo freak out. It's got to be in the 2-pack, man. Embo, and whether it's Marok, we're going to have 2 different Maroks in Star Wars. Who else in Star Wars have we got that we've had a duplicate name? I know there's got to be more. There's got to be more. Duplicate names in Star Wars. Like, surely there's another Luke. There's like Luke Jones, who lives on Dantooine's 5th moon. I don't know. But yeah, the dragon snake. The image of the dragon snake and then standing in the water staring up at it. It's like, oh, that is just perfection artwork. But yeah, no, it's going to be a good year, guys. It's going to be a really good year. I'm excited to be back doing live streams. At this stage, I'm going to try and stick with sort of 30 to an hour, depending how long what I've got to talk about, what there is to talk about. Whether I incorporate some unboxings and bits and pieces into it. I don't know. And if the chat's raging like it is tonight, I'm very grateful that all you folks come in and hung out on a Wednesday night. For me, anyway, it's Wednesday night. It's quite early in the morning in other parts of the world and late at night in others, because that's the way the world works, and it spins around and does things. But yeah, I'll be back again next Monday night, same time. No, Wednesday night. It's Wednesday night live for Wednesdays. Thanks for everyone to coming and checking it out. It's good to be back. I'm looking forward to coming and hanging out each Wednesday night. Unless something life comes up, and then I may just go to another night, do a Thursday night or a Tuesday night or something. Here from morning in the UK. Awesome. Good morning. I hope you have a fantastic hump day / Wednesday. No, thanks for hanging out, guys. It's awesome. Always excited to talk more Star Wars. But I hope you've enjoyed. If you're new to the channel, I've been Jesse. I still am. I will be next week as well. I do appreciate you taking a little bit of time out of your day to watch this nerd talk about some Star Wars. There's going to be more of it, let's be honest. It's going to keep going. This is, like I said, there is a hype train with the movie coming out, and I'm here for it. I am here for it. So I hope you jump on the train too. We're going to ride it together till May 21st, I think. 22nd in the US, 21st here. So it's not long. It's going to be here before we know it. So stay tuned. Subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you again next week for another episode of Wednesday Night Live. I've been Jesse. We'll see you again. May the Force be with you.